Hello again, and welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. We will be discussing GameStop price action, going through some of the data, and even beginning some indicator overviews, starting today with RSI, or Relative Strength Index. What you'll need to know, it's pretty basic, and then, maybe each video we can add a new one for you. And then, by the end of this, you'll be a seasoned GameStop trader or investor. You have it your way. With the RSI, it's kind of about trading, though. I'm going to be honest. So down 0.031% today. The broader market is down as well. I think the S&P 500 down 0.4%. So you can see we're tracking with that pretty nicely. Continuing to just kind of sit within our accumulation zone here. This purple box I have drawn. We've got some highs, we've got some lows, got some highs, got some lows, more lows. The other day we were unable to reclaim the 21 moving average right here, right? We kind of tried, but ultimately rejected it. So that's not looking good, as we continue to trend downwards towards our bottom trend line. We have a potential manipulation leg in an AMD or power of 3 pattern prior to a distribution, which, gets me a little bit excited as we have these daily gaps to fill, right? So it's the same thing. Nothing's changing day to day. Just giving you the update as to what happened. Eventually, these will change a little bit, and we're going to go from, it's, bearish structure here, kind of looking for a reversal, to, we've got our reversal, now we can cook dinner. So nothing really going on here. IV is up. Price is down for the second day in a row. IV's up for the second day in a row. So, that's fairly telling. We don't have an earnings announcement. What is going on? My goodness gracious. That should be coming out any day. The IV's kind of already going up ahead of that announcement, which is interesting. With the price going down. So the market's definitely anticipating that. We're going to pull up the options chain here to look at as well. We do have regional formal with some blue boxes, which I know you guys love, basically saying nothing today, going through the CAD errors, going through the past ones, and then, what's going on since the bond offering, and it's really literally been nothing, no volume anywhere, and, just kind of fits with the price movement of being flat in a area of accumulation. The utilization, 55%. Shares to borrow, 4 million, and the fee there, 0.04. So nothing really going on here. We couldn't find the Vortex Bro, but the same data for us either way here. So utilization's down a little bit, which is great. I'd like to see that fall lower into earnings, and I assume it will. IV straight chillin'. Let's look at the option chain. On Yahoo, please. And let's check out October 17th. Looking at the volume today, right? What's our volume and how's our open interest? And then I just kind of go through the different days here. You can also do this on Chart Exchange pretty easily, I guess. There's some trading here. Nothing crazy, though. Nothing obscene at all. And we'll just work our way back. There's even less here. It is dry as a bone. Nothing going on there. A little bit here. Some contracts being traded at the money. Or just out of the money, I guess. There's some movement here. I mean, that's substantial. What are these? $25? Almost half of the open interest today. And that's getting really close to earnings. Maybe a little bit closer than I'd like to play, but maybe they're just playing the run up, right? A lot here on these 23s. Way too close for comfort. That's before earnings, right? So let's take a look at January too really quick. Really nothing happening today. Pretty flat day. When we look at that, Max Payne, I think, is still just tracking sideways as well. 2250. We go into 23, just chilling, same as it was yesterday, right? Our volume today, we have 4 million volume, which is even less volume than yesterday, and that's going to bring our 30-day average down a little bit as well, which isn't great, I guess. I mean, the lower the average, the better when we do have an influx of volume, right? That's what it's all about. So let's talk about RSI a little bit today. Relative Strength Index. We're looking at it here on the 1 day. I wouldn't mind showing it to you also on the 4-hour. Can you see this a little bit better? We'll do both. Both are important. Get that volume pulled down. So we can see when it's above 70, the price is overbought, right? So we need to sell to kind of bring back to equilibrium. And the same goes on the bottom, right? When we're below, this 30 mark, it's oversold, and there probably could be some buying in the future, right? So that's the gist of it, right? Getting into it a little bit more for our current trend with GameStop. Actually, let's just look at the 4 hours quickly first, and then you can see just how easy this is to read. So basically, prices in the green. You want to be scaling out. Now, I'm going to say to sell your GameStop sometimes, and I don't care what you say, actually, to be honest, but I scalp around my core position. I may sell 5%, 10%. Depends on how high it goes. When this thing screams, I'm scaling out more and more and more. We squeezed last summer. I was up to 80% scaled out, right? So that's just what it is. I take profits along the way, but I also buy back in. I'm always increasing the number of shares I have, or trying to anyways, of course. And RSI is a fantastic tool to do just that. So you can see when the price or the relative strength index is tracking above 70 here in the green, you get the shaded area. This is a fantastic area to be scaling out, taking some profits, even if it's just 5, 10%, and then you can scale that back in. And if you repeat this process, 10%, and that allows you to maybe buy in, if you're selling up here, just for theory at 34, and then you're buying back in here at 23, you're going to get 1/3 more than you sold. And if you can compound that, that's how you start winning. Not saying you have to sell your whole position, but it is something that you should at least be participating in small scale. All right. And then you can build confidence and go from there, right? Without risking your whole position. You still have exposure to the trade, right? Which is important. So I think the 4 hours is really nice to show this, because the difference between the 4 hour and the 1 hour chart, or the 1 day chart, is no extended hours. There's no pre-market or after hours on the 1 day chart, where you do gain access to that. And we all know GameStop loves to, do some stuff after hours and before the market opens. So it's good to have that data here as well for the extremes to be shown, as we do move now from the 4 hour to the 1 day, and you'll notice that we still have the spike up right above 70, but we don't get the spike below 30 like we did on the 4 hour, right? Because that bond offering happened after hours, right? And then price continued to bleed pre-market. So take that into consideration when you're looking at things. However, for this part, I do want to do it on the 1 day. We see, we had earnings, right? And then we had the bond offering, right? And then we're accumulating sideways, right? We see the average here is increasing. We have potentially higher lows forming with a price that's like not really appreciating, right? It's either going down or sideways. So this is good. If we can have higher lows and higher highs on our average, get above 50, we can aim for 60, and then that should hopefully price-wise get us to that maybe 26 and fill the gap to 28.50 here or something. So we want to definitely be forming higher highs and higher lows on the RSI, right? Holding this 35 level as support. Like this is really important level for us to hold. If we don't, this could slip down potentially into this manipulation leg, right? So we can kind of layer these things together now, or this is what I like to do is we can watch this and monitor. And right now it's not screaming, oh, it's bullish. It's not screaming, oh, it's bearish. It's very much just like the stock, and a lot of the indicators do just that. We're in a area of accumulation. People are loading up. The move still needs to happen one way or another, right? So we could see some downward pressure here, right? Like where we see these cross, right? We see a massive decline in price, right? The cross is here, and we retrace to the bottom of the support. We've just crossed again. The RSI is gone below the average, right? So we could see, and we are seeing that retracement happen, maybe back to bottom trend. And, if we can break down to that 35, that's going to probably put us into this manipulation leg of our AMD pattern, which I expected to happen post earnings, but maybe it happens pre earnings, as I kind of talked a little bit about yesterday. So let's make sure that we hold this level, right? This is the level that we need to hold for it to remain in kind of like a bullish structure where we have higher lows, right? Low, higher low. This can be a low right here. Like this could definitely be a low and the price goes up tomorrow. I don't know. And then this is a higher low and we maintain, kind of this bullish structure that could lead to the break of 50 and then, we go. So just, probably ping-ponging back and forth between the 50 and the 35 here as we continue to consolidate and wait for a catalyst. Now, it's not bullish, it's not bearish, it's just neutral, and the market's waiting for a catalyst, whether that be the earnings report or just an influx of volume. We're going to have to wait and see. So, keeping it pretty light for you guys. There's nothing much, and of course, you can learn more about this every single day while you watch it, and even research more. I'm definitely not a wizard with the relative strength index. It's not something that I necessarily use day to day, but you don't have to go too advanced in it. As I showed you, you can just kind of play it with the 4 hours really nicely, and then you get access to the extended hours. Scale out in green, scale it back in red. That's as easy as that, and then you just are holding, while it does its thing. So a good indicator for those looking to scalp around their core position. Now, I know that's not for everyone, but it's going to be something that we can work into our technical analysis as we go. Something that I definitely do, and I'm looking forward to maybe showcasing that all to you. Selling all my shares before the infinity squeeze like a dummy, right? But I'm a day trader day to day, and we always take profits along the way because you never know when the ride ends, and typically it does at some point, almost all of the time, every single time, no matter what. In fact, so yeah, thank you all so much. If there's anything I can cover for you, anything you want to talk about, hit me up in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. It's a massive help as we kind of kick this off. And I will see. If you ever want to watch Magic the Gathering content as well, I play a mean deck of Magic in Standard, of course. See you over. That's Hello Good Game. This is Hello Good Trades. And yeah, cheers. I'll catch you on the next. Take care.